pretty weird when you go back into the world of not being on the headphones.
Yeah. I was like, oh, wow.
Whoa. Real life again. But I do like, and I mean, this is for whether this will be in the episode of the podcast or not. When people come on the podcast, I like when they wear the headphones because this gives us a very unique place where we're talking, right?
Yes.
No one else is in this airspace other than you and I right now.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas even in the world, like you step out of it and there's the clock and all this other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, this is a great way to converse and actually like shut out and focus on what you're discussing.
Totally. I'm a big fan of conversation, so that's why I love doing this.
That's
right?
awesome, man.
So this is the lightning round, all right? So this is just 10 questions supplied by the listeners, and they're just fun little things about you. So the big thing is try not to think so hard, because everyone knows that you haven't seen these before, and that they're just kind of like rapid fire. Like this,
good God. Okay.
And they never end up being that rapid fire, so it's all good.
All right.
So question 1, if you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
Ooh, I would be a monkey because they seem very careless and fun, and I'm bound around, and
They're very physical.
Yeah, they're very physical, and they seem like they're always having a good time.
Specific kind of monkey or just a monkey?
Just a monkey.
Just a monkey. Okay. That's funny. Okay, so what is your go-to pre-show meal?
Ooh, what is my go-to pre-show
Anything
meal?
that you really like?
I usually do. I'm a big fan of chicken burgers.
Yeah.
And I'll do like a wild green kale salad or like a mixed salad.
Clean for
light
sure.
and clean,
Totally.
and yeah.
There's nothing where we were talking about Stage West earlier, and I definitely had the learning experience because they're nice enough that if you show up early enough, you get fed and stuff like that. And those first couple shows where you're just like buffet, and then you're like, oh, I'm in trouble. This is gonna be a tough one for sure.
But a guilty pleasure during the show is a chocolate milk.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. Cool. I like that. That reminds me of my time playing sports as well. That's another thing for sure. So this is just an interesting. What are the first lyrics that come to your head? 1, 2, 3, go.
Boy, crazy boy.
Cool. All right. Little cool, right?
Yeah, a little cool. From West Side.
I like that. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Oh, man. Teleportation, because then I can just travel around whenever I want to go.
Totally. And I mean, the other thing about teleportation, I would agree with you on that one, because you can also fly if you want, because you can just teleport here to here. It's just like a controlled falling a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
It's like a cool kind of parkour with no floor.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. Movie you think you could come the closest to reciting every single word?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm like, Snatch, maybe?
Snatch?
Yeah, Guy Ritchie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, I heard of that one, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it one of your favorites, or just have you watched? Is it one of those ones
I watched it a lot for, I do love it, but I did a production of Blood Brothers, and I listened, I had to get the Cockney accent, so I listened to it a lot, but I also just think it's brilliant. Guy Ritchie's got some really cool gangster films.
Cool. Very, very cool. Favorite musical theater song? Okay, so like a number sung by someone of the opposite gender.
Ooh, okay. Let me think. There's so many.
Oh, yeah.
But, oh my God, the only one that keeps coming to my head, and I don't know if this is in a musical, but Danielle Wade sings this song called What Do I Do With My Arms?
Oh, yeah.
And it's so funny. It is so funny. And I think it could be sung by either gender, but it is so funny. And I don't know why that just keeps popping into my head, because I see her doing this.
Yeah, it's so funny. Again, like what we were talking about before in the interview, which people on the Instagram Live will have to wait for it to come out, but is around that thing of like things that just stick in your brain randomly. Like that's why I like things that, this, I think, the whole thing with this podcast has been giving people fresh perspectives on the people that I sit down to chat with, and the lightning round is a very interesting one because it's just what's at the top of you know what I mean? It's not too deep for sure. So favorite childhood story or like nursery rhyme?
Favorite childhood story or nursery rhyme?
Yeah, whichever one you can. Yeah.
Ooh, oh man, this is gonna sound really, really weird, but when I was a child, my dad read to me the entire Lord of the Rings and Hobbit.
Really?
Yeah, series.
Cool.
We had a bookmobile at the school nearby my house, and my dad found those books, and he grew up on them too. But so I guess it's not really a nursery rhyme, or I think, but I'm like
longest nursery
rhyme ever. But I guess for that was like the childhood book that sticks out of my head.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
I like that. I love that one.
Yeah.
And I mean, they made it. Are you at that being such an early part of your life? Are you a fan of the movies?
Yeah, I enter kind of similar to what you were saying earlier with theater, is to approach it with a critical mind, but not judge. I kind of sort of go in, and it's something I say to a lot of people when they go to see films or shows. I'm always like, go in with no expectations.
Yeah.
Go with no expectations and develop your own opinion. So I think with those, I just was like, you know what, I'm going to check the books at the door. Cause we also know that there's so much that goes into it, editing, lighting, special effects, acting and health and all that kind of stuff. That's sort of fixed in.
Even,
so so like there's things I think that I disagreed with or whatever, but that's my own personal opinion, but I enjoyed them all in all. Cool. I think they delivered.
I like that. I think that's really cool. And I mean, the big thing, and it's a thing that as a writer, I really look to like things like Lord of the Rings and even things like Star Wars, for example, things that have created a world where anything that is true that they've made true, they've backed up in some way. And it's something that I look for in certain movies, that when I don't like a movie, it a lot of the time relates to there's a hole in their world that they've created. The Marvel universe, I think, is brilliant for that now.
Man,
in terms
huge.
Of because they can make a Doctor Strange who bends reality or whatever it might be, because they've built it into the world they've created. Exactly. They've given it a background and a story, and they've gone down every conscious thought that they can.
They've taken their time. There's a lot of respect there. I love that. I'm a huge fan of those.
100%. If you could be a virtuoso performer at any instrument, what would it be and why?
Oh, goodness. Well, I respect musicians so much because I don't know how you do what you do. And after I just worked on Alec Bell, where they all played their own instruments. Yep. But drums.
Drums. Yeah, that's
loud
cool.
noises and so much fun. And some of those rhythms,
too,
and some of those rhythms are just unbelievable. And you're the driving force, man. Like it's so.
Oh yeah, that's the one. I was having this conversation because I was talking about I'm a guitarist. I play bass and I play drums and all this stuff, but I play it like a guitarist. And guitarists have their own issues because they're doing a bunch of other things. But bassists and drummers, that like core of the band, if they mess up a little bit, everyone hears it. Whereas guitarists can kind of like fudge their way through a thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, just because the notes are so many and you're playing so many different ones that if one goes, it's like whatever. Whereas if you're playing the bass and you're hitting the roots of the chords and you miss one, everyone goes, whoa, that didn't.
That didn't work.
Or like you like slow down or skip a beat or something. Yeah, it's not good.
Like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. If you could have lunch with one person, who would it be and why?
Charlie Chaplin.
Cool.
Yeah. Just to know where that comedic genius came from.
Yeah. And he's very physical as well.
Yeah,
very cool.
if he could do anything. It was
you
amazing.
had that one ready to go.
No, actually it didn't. It was, maybe I did. My dad and I were talking about it the other day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
it was primed. I like it. And then, so this is just kind of, someone gives you the golden ticket, budget, whatever you want and stuff like that. If you could put on any show, what would it be? Where and why?
Oh man, that's a really hard question.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I put it last. This is the last lightning round.
Oh man, yeah, of course. Budget and all the things. That's tough. I would say, poop.
It's a tough one because it opens. I mean, there's so many other different things. Like you could do so many things.
Yeah, you could do so many things. I think. Oh man, I'm really failing at this. God.
Do you have a show that you'd love to choreograph?
That I'd love to choreograph?
Yeah.
There are many shows. You know what? I would love to get my shot at Five Guys Named Mo.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel like that would be really fun. But that's, again, it's a bare bones. I think it would be really cool to, you know what? Little Shop of Horrors would be a really fun one to go at and really take a real messed up look at it. And
if you kind of dissected it a little bit.
Yeah, dissected it a little bit, almost kind of Tim Burton-y it.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, kind of like almost like thin out your set and almost give it that sort of like skeletal structure
kind of that,
to
what's
it.
that, like that stop motion, that does for like claymation.
Totally. And just sort of bring that to the stage and that give that creepiness to all those characters that are already creepy enough.
Yeah, totally. That's true. And that's a cool, and it's cool too because that's another one that like both Tim Burton. It's a cool parallel because Tim Burton and Little Shop of Horrors both create very specific worlds, kind of like we've been talking about, where the answers to all your questions are somewhere in that world because they're flushed out very well.
Yes,
for sure. Very well. Congratulations on completing the lightning round.
Thank you.
I'm just going to turn off that Instagram and then we'll finish up.